What's your take here? Does LeBron deserve some of this blame?
Damn, is Magic family? Magic be airing all the tea within the family circle. I thought he and Jeannie were like brothers and sisters. I think this is he still got it in for Rob Pelinka.
He does.
This is
I agree.
This is all about Rob. Skip, look, and I get what Magic's saying, but it's hard for me to see a scenario where I'm going to place the blame at LeBron's feet. Because at the end of the day, general managers and player personnel directors and presidents don't call LeBron. They call Rob Pelinka. And I understand that it's hard to tell a guy like a LeBron James no. But Jerry Krause did it. It was very successful. Every person that Jerry Krause, that Michael Jordan wanted, Jerry Krause went in the opposite direction, and it was the best move.
A bunch of them were Tar Heels.
They
were.
He did.
Like Al Wood.
Yeah. Skip, if you think about it, it's the guys that didn't play basketball that are the best at there. The Sam Presties, the R.C. Bufords, the guys of that nature.
I agree.
That never played the game. And guys like Michael Jordan, the guys like Magic Johnson, they struggle. I believe LeBron, because LeBron is looking at it from a distance. You have to look at a guy, okay, man, that guy's really balling. But how would he play with me? See, he didn't see Russ like, Russ had the ball in his hand, LeBron. So if he comes to you, are you moving off the ball permanently? Or is he going to have to spend the majority of the time off the ball? If you look at Russ games, Russ plays best when what, Skip? LeBron's not playing. So now he's on the ball.
Although when Russ has played by himself, he's 0-5, but go ahead.
He is, but his numbers look good. You see, his numbers look good, though, Skip.
And that's all that matters to him.
There it lies, Skip.
Yep.
So even if LeBron says, yes, I think that DeRozan had more to do with that third year, as opposed to, the Russ getting involved, because Chicago was willing to guarantee the third year at $30 million, and the Lakers were not willing to guarantee a third year at all. It makes it very, very easy for DeMar DeRozan, like, well, okay, Chicago, here I come. Did people forget DeMar DeRozan is from L.A.? He went to USC, just like Russ is from L.A., went to UCLA. He's a hometown kid, too.
Yeah, I mean, he grew up here, too. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
He wanted to be here. Anybody that saw about...
He's straight out of Compton, I think.
Straight out of Compton.
Okay.
He was on my podcast, Skip, and you listen, and that was before free agency actually started. And you hear him talk, I'm willing to make some concessions as far as salary to make it work for the Lakers. Now, ain't nobody making no $30 million concession, Skip. Ain't nobody doing that, nor should he. But to say like LeBron, Rob Pelinka has an obligation. Jeannie Buss put him in charge, not LeBron. And I know it's hard to tell these superstars no. But at the end of the day, Skip, you've got to do what's best interest of the team, not the best interest of one individual. Now, I do believe LeBron was trying to say, I believe Russ will help us. But, Rob, you've been around this thing long enough. You know what Russ is. You know Russ needs the ball. You know Bron is going to have the ball. What in God's green earth made you think that this was going to work? But I still think Magic think Rob undercut him at some point, because there are a lot of things that, I still believe that he and Jeannie Buss are close. I do believe they have a brother-sister type relationship, because they damn near the same age and they came up together in the organization. But Skip, I never seen anything like this, Skip. I've never seen anything like what Magic did yesterday. I've never seen anything like it. So, he let that all the tea.
Shannon. Your man, Bron, he's having a rough ride here at the end of this season, because one day Kareem Abdul-Jabbar takes shots. I thought they were cheap shots, low blows, out-of-bounds shots. But then the very next day, I'm hearing, wait a second, Magic is taking shots?
Yeah. When Magic talk, people listen, though.
That is true. That is a fact. But remember, Winning Time on HBO is starting to catch fire. I think it got off to a little bit of a slow start because so much was going on around it, but slowly but surely I'm hearing from a lot of people around me in my little circle, and they're starting to get into it.
Right.
I've watched 3 episodes. I haven't quite caught up yet, but it's starting to catch fire for me. My problem is I lived through it, so it's like I'm watching somebody play Magic, and I don't. He's doing the best he can do, but Magic's still with us, and I know Magic, and I knew him when he was a rookie, and I just can't get there.
Skip, that's the thing for me. I watched the first episode, but I don't like the negative portrayal that they have of Magic. So I was like, nah, I can't do that.
Okay, all right. And then I don't like the negative portrayal of Jerry West, but that's just me because I'm a fan of his.
Right.
And he is greatness to me, but he did make one mistake. He did not want Magic Johnson with the first overall pick. Okay, so I think that's a fact.
Sidney Moncrief?
He did. He wanted Sidney Moncrief out of Arkansas, and that's who Larry Bird had knocked off in the regional finals to get to Magic in the Final Four. Okay, the point is, boy, Magic is slinging it here because he goes right at LeBron by name, and he says it's his fault because the way he understands it from the agent, he says the agent called him that DeMar wants to come home. Well, to your point, well, I'm sure he was also talking to the real GM of the Lakers.
Correct.
And does Magic still have a little bitterness toward how it all fell up? Sure he does.
Because remember, he was talking about how, people was going behind his back and saying things and doing things. And for all indication, people believe he was talking about Rob.
Okay. So the point is, I don't know exactly the timeline of this. But Magic's view of it is that he could have been a Laker instead of a Bull, but when Russell and LeBron and them started talking, AD.
I guess, AD.
That's when they nixed the deal and went with Westbrook. Okay, so he's just flat out laying it at LeBron's feet, saying, hey, that's on you, big man, because you had this. And then the fallout from it that he points out is that you had a chance, if you go DeRozan free agent, you have a chance to keep your role players. You could keep Caruso and you could keep KCP. And he said those guys who are our best defenders, they left. And that's why we were a bad defensive team. He's doing it in the past tense like they're done for this year.
Yeah, well, they are. He knows.
Okay, all right. But he says if you sign DeRozan, you only trade Kuzma for Buddy Hield. That'd be a sweet move if you could do it all, okay? Then he says we would be playing in the Western Conference Finals. Well, you'd have to stay healthy. There are a lot of X factors in there, but maybe so.
But Skip, don't you think, let's say LeBron goes out, AD and DeRozan are a better match than Westbrook and AD. AD goes out, LeBron is a better match with DeRozan than he is Westbrook.
Okay.
Because now DeRozan can also facilitate. But Skip, his mid-range game.
Okay, just for the record, because I do follow the Spurs, it's hard for me to love them quite as much as the Duncan Parker or Ginobili, but I watched them carefully for the couple of years DeMar was there as their go-to guy. And trust me, he wasn't this guy that the guy who reemerged in Chicago is spectacular. For a while, I thought he was going to win the MVP.
But Skip, the Spurs got a system. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like Michael Jordan at UNC. You're like, hold up. Why were you doing that at UNC? Because you're going to play Coach Smith's way. That's it. You're going to play Coach Pop's way. And really nobody gets outside of that purview. So it's really hard to tell.
Pop always said Ginobili could lead this league in scoring if he didn't play for me. Okay, so.
I mean, think about it. He had to show Kawhi, get out there and score 25, 26. I'm tired of you scoring 12 just sitting back here. Get out and do it. And then Kawhi took off.
All right. So this is a pretty damning shot that he takes at LeBron because he's just saying it's your fault because you got caught up in Westbrook. And I do believe LeBron got caught up in the star power of a guy who for the last 5 years had averaged a triple-double. It's impossibly great.
What are the Lakers known for? Stars.
Stars.
Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, Shaq.
It's almost ironically the theme of Winning Time was that Jerry Buss, as a fledgling new owner who didn't have a clue, said, wait a second, I don't want Sidney Moncrief. I want this guy with the smile.
With the yes.
I want that guy because he's a star, and this is Hollywood, baby.
Yes.
And Dr. Buss was very caught up in the Hollywood scene and lifestyle, and he's like, nobody's coming to these games. They'll come and see that guy. I don't think they'll come and see Sidney Moncrief. Okay, and he was correct about that, and that launched Winning Time. That was Magic's
Sidney Moncrief had a nice career. He's in the Hall of Fame. He ain't Magic.
Okay, but the problem is Westbrook isn't Magic. Like, Westbrook, to me, got exposed. Westbrook is fraudulent because he's a stat machine who cares only about his personal stats, and he prioritizes personal stats over winning basketball games.
And that works in OKC.
It did.
That works in Houston.
No doubt.
That works
it
in Washington.
really worked in Washington.
That's not going to fly here because they know great basketball. They've seen winning basketball from the 70 Lakers, the 80 Lakers, the early 2000 Lakers, and the 29, 2010 Lakers with Kobe. So they know winning. They're not – see, Russ thought he could come home, play like he's been playing, lose, and he will still be embraced because I'm the hometown kid. And the Laker Nation say, oh, nah, hell no. We love you. We understand you still at Laker. I mean, you're a hometown LA kid, but we value winning more than hometown heroes. So if you're not going to win, that's why they haven't embraced him, and they boo, and he gets upset. Well, I don't even pay these fans no mind. His home fans, he don't pay them any mind because they're unwilling. They will not accept the type brand of basketball that he plays that does not lead to winning.
Agreed. And furthermore, I believe LeBron James, extremely high basketball IQ, looked at this and said, now, wait a second. I have a chance here to show the basketball world I can pull off something KD rejected. He said, I can't do it with this guy. Paul George rejected it. James Harden rejected Russ. They all just said, no, no, no.
Right.
Bradley Beal did not reject, but they weren't going anywhere.
Right. And Bradley Beal was like, nah, Russ, stay. Hey, y'all keep Russ.
No.
He was like, okay.
Okay, so LeBron is thinking, I got a chance where I could say, look what I did with Russ. And about, I'm going to guess, 20 games in, LeBron's thinking to himself, God, what did I get myself into?
Exactly.
Really?
Yep.
Because the guy's, he's a nightmare.
Yep.
He's still leading the league in turnovers. He's still the single worst three-point shooter in all of the league. He's third from the bottom in free throw shoot. It's just hard to overcome that.
But let that sink in. KD did this for a decade.
He did.
LeBron is probably fed up after a year.
Or half.
James Harden was fed up after a year.
He was.
KD did this for... Do you imagine the patience? You talk about Job having patience. KD got more patience than Job. In order for you to see this guy do what he does, because just imagine that, Skip, when you're more athletic, he was taking more, he was really doing acrobatic stuff.
He was.
And KD was like, okay, that's my brother. When people would attack Russ, KD said, no, I got this.
Well, when I attacked Russ, KD, and I'm his biggest fan, attacked me.
So, yeah.
To protect his little brother.
To protect him.
Okay.
But even though he's like, you know what, little bro, I might leave you on your own on this one. Because, hey.
But it took 9 years before he decided that is enough of that.
Yes.
And I can tell you for a fact that what hurt KD the deepest was that Sam Presti and that brass, they favored Russ over KD.
Right.
Russ was Sam Presti's discovery. I know he's the 4th overall pick, but I didn't see him coming at UCLA.
No.
I watched those teams, and he didn't even jump out.
I watched them also. As a matter of fact, I was at the, I don't know if Russ was on that team then, the team that lost to Florida in Indy. I was at that. I was at that game. I didn't see this in what I watched them because I think they went to back-to-back Final Fours. UCLA did. Skip, I didn't see this either. I didn't see this.
Okay, so he was Sam Presti's greatest claim to fame.
Right.
And because of that, they babied him. They spoiled him rotten is what they did. They protected him from the media. They turned him into the guy who's kind of turned on you now. We're going to talk more deeply about Russ.
Right.
He's still after Vogel, and he's hard to live with because he's Russell Westbrook, and you're not. He was taught that as a baby in Oklahoma City.
And therein lies the problem. Because the media in L.A., they won't baby you like they did in OKC. So what's his first instinct? He's never had anybody to ask him these tough questions and then follow up. He lashes out, which he never did in OKC because it was always softballs. It was always lollipop questions. Well, now in L.A., they like a lot of these reporters, Skip, they've been here since the 80s. The Bill Plaskys that wrote about the Magic and was here with Shaq and Kobe.
That is a fact.
He's not going to let you skate. I don't care how many times you phrase it, how many times you look sideways, no matter how many times you on your phone and they're asking you questions and you talking like, well, damn, you can't even give them 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, that was my wife. I get all that.
Yeah.
They not going to let that fly here, Russ.
They won't let you look across the table at them like, do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah.
We
know who you used to be.
Yes, we know that.
That's what we know.
Period. End of story. So look, Is it an easy second guess by Magic Johnson?
Yes.
You could argue, because obviously, if I give you DeRozan and I give you Buddy Hield and you get to keep Caruso and KCP, yeah. But Vegas still thought, the odds makers still thought that as is with Westbrook, they were the favorite to win it all, right?
Yeah, it's been, Skip, look, like I said, I think everybody's universally in agreement that the Russ project has been an epic fail.
Yep.
But there have been a lot of guys that the Lakers were counting on to come off the bench that's been a fail also. Kendrick Nunn hasn't played this year and won't play.
I have no idea what that's about.
Trevor Ariza.
I told you going in, I like Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah.
Not as a life changer, but I like him as your 6th or 7th man.
Right. And
you got Nunn.
He didn't play the whole
like
season.
Kendrick Nunn.
Nunn.
Right.
Yeah. N-U-N-N-N-O-N-E.
Yes, correct.
So, Skip, there have been a lot. I mean, for the most part, there's not a whole lot of positives. With the guys that they brought in, Malik Monk, okay, he's one of the guys that should come back. Hopefully he can come back. But everybody else,
yeah, Austin Reeves. You got a good run out of Austin Reeves, and then he hit the rookie wall.
Yeah,
to me,
that's a lot of games.
But remember early in the year, I told you, because I watched him carefully at Oklahoma.
Right.
You said, well, he's 3 and D, and I said, I'll give you the D, but the 3, trust me, at Oklahoma, he wasn't a good three-point shooter, and it's not going to translate.
Right.
He made one big one that made him AR-15, right?
Against the Mavs.
At Dallas, right? Early in the year.
Yeah.
And he had his moments, and he plays hard, and he plays smart.
Yes.
But now he's on the bench.
That's it. And that DMP, because, Frankie V says it seems like he think he's hit the wall.
Yep.
But, Skip, look, the thing, Magic, but the question is, Skip, had this worked out, would Magic have brought this up?
Well, obviously not. No. And again,
why do you want to make his team, the Lakers, why do we want to make them look bad at LeBron? LeBron came, Magic was at the helm when LeBron came.
You know what? This is my gut feeling. That didn't end nicely.
Oh.
I think there was some. Remember, LeBron. Remember, he's out on the floor stretching,
right?
And I think it was Randy Mims told him,
right.
Do you know Magic's out?
You're right. Magic retired.
He just walked out the back door, and LeBron's like, "No, I didn't know anything about it."
Hey, they asked Magic, "Did you tell LeBron?" Magic was like, "Nah, I'm grown. I make my own decision. Magic, you gonna be here?"
Ooh.
Magic, no.
Okay, and we get back to the bottom line that always comes down to LeBron James as a Laker. The X-Stars say you're not a Laker.
No.
Okay?
No. I mean, I'm not so sure, Skip. The fans, I mean, they really appreciate the championship, but he was never going to be embraced like Kobe or Magic or those guys, or Shaq. He was never going to be embraced like that. And I think he had to be okay with that because for the most part, Skip, Shaq was always a dominant force, even in Orlando. But the championships made him a mythical figure. He started doing movies, and all of a sudden, he became the big, lovable, fun guy.
Yep.
And LeBron was a made man ever before he got here. There are very few people that was as made as LeBron before they joined the Lakers. Wilt had one championship with the Warriors. Mm-hmm. And so LeBron had 4 MVPs, 3 Finals MVPs. He had gone to 10. He had gone to 10 straight. No, he'd gone to 9 straight. 8 straight. 8 straight. He gone to 10 overall. So Skip, he was a made man.
Yep.
Of all the men, I mean, Kareem had 3 MVPs, but one Finals win. Shaq had the Finals appearance, no MVPs. Kobe was a fledgling, but Kobe and Magic gets grace because they're original. They were babies. We raised them. L.A. raised Kobe and Magic.
Just remember, LeBron had arrived, and there's a mural that was put up, and it got graffiti stained.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they're saying, no.
Nah, you got to win it here.
Yeah.
All that, you got to win it here.
Gentlemen. Excellent points. We got to leave that there, though. The Lakers back in action tonight after losing 6 straight. Looking looking in on that play-in tournament. We'll see what happens.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.